Hi and welcome to the Week Market Update. It is Monday the 25th of November 2013. Okay, so relatively quiet session this morning, not really too much in terms of data. Saw UK BBA loans for house purchases, those coming in slightly lower than expected this morning. Otherwise it's sort of been down. The movements that we've seen is down to the ECB's Hanson making some comments talking about the negative deposit rate that is a possibility, or could be a possibility, it's on the table in Europe, and the fact that the ECB could consider cutting rates or moving rates by less than the 25% that we usually see in the rate movements, that they could take it to 0.1%, 0.125%, something along those lines. So those comments sort of having a bit of an effect on the markets this morning. But where it's sort of left us trading, we've got the FTSE around 66.95, and we've got the Dow around 16.090. For currencies, we've got the euro dollar around 1 spot 35.26, and then cable around 1 spot 61.99. For commodities, we've got the gold future around 12.31 spot 10, and then the crude future around 93 spot 67. That's the January for the crude. Okay, so in terms of data for the rest of the day, it's going to be relatively quiet, but just from the US we get US pending home sales, expecting those 1.1% month over month, down 5.6% year over year, and then Dallas Fed manufacturing, expecting that at 5 from 3.6 last. Into Tuesday, so tomorrow morning, getting Italian consumer confidence in the morning, expecting that to pull up slightly to 97.5 from 97.3. Otherwise, really the data is just the US in the afternoon, got housing starts, building permits, house price index. That's then followed by US consumer confidence reading, and expecting that again to improve, 72.4 from 71.2. And then the Richmond Fed manufacturing index, expecting that up to 3 from 1 last. Into Wednesday. Wednesday's going to be quite a busy day in terms of data. We've got the US holiday on Thursday, Thanksgiving, so that's pulling all the data that we would see from the US in the latter part of the week up to Wednesday. So busy afternoon for data on Wednesday, but it starts off in the morning with French consumer confidence, also seeing some Spanish retail sales. The key data probably from Europe is going to be the German GfK consumer confidence reading, expecting an improvement there, but only very slight, 7.1 expected from the previous 7. From the UK, we get the Q3 GDP, another revision on that reading, but just expecting the numbers to be confirmed, so 0.8% quarter on quarter for GDP for UK and 1.5% year over year. We'll also see UK CBI sales, expecting some strength in those numbers and expecting the reading to come in at 10 from 2 last. And then we get into the afternoon, and as I said, we're going to get quite a lot of data out of the US. The main number is going to be the durable goods number. Actually expecting that to fall or come in down 1.9% from a 3.8% reading last. And this weakness in the number is looking to be from the non-defence aircraft sales. So that's where we're really going to see the weakness. So when we look at the readings of ex-defence and ex-air, we should see some positive numbers as opposed to the negative headline number that we will see. We'll watch out for trading on the back of those numbers and how we might see it play out. Otherwise, we get the initial jobless and continuing claims pulled forward to Wednesday, and then we'll see Chicago purchasing managers reading at 60 from 65.9 last, so some weakness there, but looking for some confidence from the University of Michigan reading, expecting that at 73 from 72. And then to finish off from the US on Wednesday afternoon, we get the leading index expected at 0 from 0.7. Okay, into Thursday, main data is going to be from Europe. We'll get Spanish GDP Q3. Again, it's a final sort of confirmation reading, expecting 0.1% quarter on quarter. So again, pulling Spain out of recession, and 1.2% year over year. Germany's unemployment data is then later on, expecting no unemployment change and expecting the rate to hold at 6.9%. We'll also get CPI readings from Germany, expecting month over month 0.1% and 1.2 year over year. But when we look at the EU harmonised reading for Germany, expecting a fall of 0.1% month over month. Then from the Eurozone as a whole, we're getting the M3 money supply data, expecting a slight fall in that again. It's been a bit of a concern recently about liquidity provisions in the Eurozone and how liquidity is tightening, credit might be tightening. And again, we're expecting to see this M3 reading fall to 1.7 from 2.1% last. We'll also get Eurozone consumer confidence, and also industrial confidence and economic confidence, quite a few surveys coming out, and expecting sort of a slight improvement in them, also some strength in the data there. Finally, into Friday, from Europe in the morning, we've got French PPI and consumer spending, expecting consumer spending to increase slightly. Italian unemployment, we're expecting that to just stay on hold at 12.5%, and then Italian CPI, expecting that to fall 0.1% month over month. Obviously, inflation has been quite a concern across Europe. We're seeing disinflationary pressures, and expecting sort of the theme to continue throughout the Eurozone as a whole. We get German retail sales, expecting those at 0.5 from down 0.6% last, so some decent data hoping to come through there. We get the Eurozone CPI reading as a whole, expecting that to come in at 0.8%, And then we've got the unemployment reading for the Eurozone, expecting that to stay on hold at 12.2. From the UK, we've then got quite a bit of data. We've got the GfK consumer confidence for the UK and expecting that down 10 from down 11, so an improvement. And we also get the house prices as well, expecting those up 6.2% year over year. We'll get mortgage applications, expecting those to rise as well, and the M4, which is another money supply figure out of the UK, and expecting that's coming at 2.7 from 2.6% last. Otherwise, just a minor bit of data from the US, which is going to be the US ISM Milwaukee in Friday afternoon. Okay, so probably the key bit to watch out for is going to be the durable goods on Wednesday. It's going to be quite a quiet end to the week with Thanksgiving dominating the market with the holiday in the US on Thursday and the half of Friday. Probably what we also need to be watching out for is speakers. We're getting a lot of sound bites out, particularly in the ECB, and now we're getting Fed speakers. Last week we saw Yellen approved by the Senate Banking Committee, and then the vote will go to the full Senate, expected around the middle of December. So another thing to just bear in mind, and that should confirm her place as Fed chair. Okay, that's it for this week. As usual, any feedback, much appreciated. Thanks.